Hi, I'm Tinny from Mini Bowl Design, and today I'm out here in the factory. It's Sunday. No, it's Saturday. So I took the day off, but I came out this morning, and yesterday afternoon UPS delivered a great big rod, 2.5-inch rod of aluminum, which I purchased to manufacture simmer rings for the M7, which is a fairly popular item. So today I built 10 simmer rings for the M7s. Now I want to make this video a little bit longer, and somebody asked if I would do a little bit of a tutorial on some of the equipment that I have. So today I thought I'd show you two things about one about a Chinese lathe and the other about a Chinese mill. So let's move the camera into this lathe, which I apologize, needs to be cleaned up. I haven't cleaned it up yet. But, and I'll show you something about it. Okay, this lathe is power feed. Basically all Chinese lathes are power feed. And what I mean by that is, when you have it going, if you pull this lever right here, this screw will start turning, and if you engage it with this lever, it will feed this way. So if you were turning a piece of metal and you wanted to make a cut, change the diameter, you would simply move this lever and it would go in and it would feed at the right rate to make a cut. The faster you spin it, the faster it cuts, or slower. But the gear ratio as it came from the factory is almost perfect for this lathe for turning most metal within reason up to about 3-inch. Then you probably want to change the gears. Okay, I'll just give you a quick demo, and you can see that this handle here, can you see that handle? You'll see that this handle turns when I engage it. Okay, here's the screw is turning. Then if I put it in, you can see that it's feeding. And that's just about right. Okay, that's all hunky-dory. Now here's the drawback. This same screw also controls the cross feed. That would be if you want to face a piece of metal that you have in the lathe. And to do that, you engage this again and it turns the screw. And instead of pulling the lever this way, you flip it that way. And that's cross feed. And that would be this one here. Now, I'll do that real quick, right? Consider. Okay, now here's the conundrum. As these gears in here are set, it has the right gears in the right place, there's like 5 of them, to feed this way, almost perfect for everything I do. But if you flip the lever the other way and go to face off, it's just laughably slow. It would take like 4 minutes to face off a 2-inch piece of metal. It's just really slow. So how you can cure that is, you can take these gears and change them out, speed this up so that your cross feed is correct. But when you do, then it'll be way too fast turning in this direction. Have one or the other, but you can't have both. And it takes like 20 minutes to change those gears out, so you wouldn't want to do it every time you... That's one of the drawbacks to Chinese lathe. That's just the way they are. So what I do is, when I'm turning, I use a power feed, and when I'm facing, I face by hand. That's just the way it works. Lathes aren't very expensive, but they are very limited. Okay, enough of that. Now let's go over to the milling machine, and I'll show you something about the rotary table that I find humorous. Okay, I once again apologize for this. It's dirty as... okay. Now, this is a phase... Let me make sure I get that right. It's on the tag here. This is a phase 2 rotary table, some of China's finest. And it's, as you can see, I'm cleaning it off as you can see it. It's designed to handle coolants because you can see right here that there is a channel for the water to run down with a lip on it, and it vectors the water right down and right onto the table. So it's obviously made, and it has another channel on the other side and a channel in the back. It's obviously made to handle coolant. And if you are doing anything for milling of any amount at all, even with aluminum, you're going to need coolant to keep the tool from galling, the aluminum from sticking to it, from the tool getting too hot. The tool, when you're milling, you generate a lot of heat, and if it gets too hot, the aluminum will start sticking to the bit, and then all hell breaks loose. It'll go around and rub again, and you just can't mill at all. So you run coolant. And it also lubricates the cutting surfaces and makes for a lot smoother finish. Now that coolant will run down in the center and fill up and run over the edge and run down here, run into the table, and the table has channels in it, and it will run over to the edge of the table, which has, as you can see, it has a wall all the way around it, and it'll go right through that hole right there and run down this tube right back to the coolant tank. That's the coolant tank, that's the pump, and then be recirculated back up again. So that's a good setup. But there's a problem. When this coolant runs down over, it will, in time, and not that long, it'll get inside of this table. Now, on the inside of this table is a big ring gear and a worm gear. This is turning the worm gear on the ring gear, and that's what turns the whole thing. And that all runs in oil. And if you could see back here, there's a bubble back here with like an eye, and you can see the oil level. Well, the problem you run into here is, let me tilt the camera up, that although this is filled full of oil, and it's all running in oil, any water that seeps in, and I think it's seeping in right there, right where the table goes around on the housing, the water seeps in there, and when it hits the oil, water is heavier than oil. So the water goes right to the bottom, and it starts filling the bottom, and as it does, the water rises and the oil rises. The oil rises and runs right out. And when you get done, you've got a table full of water. Now this water is treated with chemical. This is Cool Mist. Now this keeps the water from rusting anything. So that water inside of that rotary table won't hurt anything. It won't rust it or anything. It's a mild lubricant, but it's not like oil. And I don't like running the table in it. And it'll kind of, as it evaporates down, it'll get sticky. It's just not a good situation. And I'm certainly not going to take this rotary table apart, because this is a precision instrument with a lot of tight dimensions on it. So you wouldn't want to take it apart. You'd never get it 0-0 back out again. So what do? Okay, here's what I do. I have an intravenous feed that I built right here. This is a fill hole for the oil. I took that out, made a plastic adapter for a hose, and I have the hose way up above the oil level. What I do is I fill this hose full of oil until it starts to run out the crack on this rotary table, and when it does, I turn the rotary table 360 degrees, and that forces out the water and coats the ring gear and the worm gear with oil. And it's always nice and free and works really, I mean, it's nice. You can see, look, what's this? Whoop, come on. You can see it's nice and free, works great. But if you don't do that and you use coolant, you're going to have a problem after a while. And that's one of the drawbacks of Chinese rotary tables. I have never used an American-made rotary table, so I don't know whether they do it too or not. It would be interesting. If somebody knows, let me know, but these definitely are not watertight. And now, since I've been doing that, I've never had any problem. This rotary table has worked perfect, but when you get done milling with coolant, you definitely want to give her an intravenous shot of oil and lubricate it again. So, I think that's everything I'll do for this video. It's 55 degrees out and raining cats and dogs all day. I'm supposed to do it all week, so that pretty much is the weather story for Maine. Hey, The weather will change. We'll get some sun. Hey, Robert. Where you been, man?
Usual out and about. I had a chance on the weekend.
Hey, guess who just showed up? Robert showed up. Cool beans. Okay.
Hey, everybody.
I'm Tinny from Mini Bowl Design.
Get out and hike.
Take a friend.
Enjoy the great outdoors.
And more important than anything,
Try to have a really great day.
and try to have some fun today.
You deserve it.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.